Welcome to the Get Empowered podcast. Your host, Erika, here. And this week, we are going to be talking all about an embodiment practice that I've been using to help manifest my dream reality. So, manifestation, there's so many different components to it, and a big part of it is embodiment. So, we are going to talk about an embodiment practice that I have been diving into recently that I may have known, but for whatever reason, I just was not implementing it. So, I wanted to share that with you guys this week and help you manifest your dream reality. So let's dive in. Welcome to the Get Empowered podcast. My name is Erika Vishkalis, and I am a mindset mentor, personal development junkie, holistic health advocate, and lover of all things spiritual. At the Get Empowered podcast, I'm here to help you overcome limitations, step into your power, and create your dream life. I've spent the last several years healing my mind, body, and soul, and have learned so much along the way. From healing trauma to navigating a sober lifestyle and learning how to step into my personal power, it has been transformational. If you're looking to heal, to be inspired, to uplevel your life, and to become the most empowered version of yourself, you've come to the right place. I created this podcast to help you know you are worthy of rewriting your story, to help you navigate your own empowerment journey. You are worthy of living your most authentic, aligned, and inspired life, and I can help you get there. Whether you are diving deep into personal development or just need a weekly pick-me-up, I've got you covered. Thank you so much for pressing play today. I cannot wait to transform together. Let's get empowered. Welcome to another episode of Get Empowered. Your host, Erika, here. I am really excited for this week's episode. So to start, what is something I am grateful for this week? Shoot, I would say that I am grateful for my current morning meditation practice that I've been doing almost every single morning. I've been starting my day with meditation. You guys know that I love to do this. I talk about it all the time. I've been currently going between a quantum jumping meditation or a 15-minute Joe Dispenza morning meditation. I love Joe Dispenza. I think he's wonderful, but this quantum jumping one is also really great. And I've just noticed how much it affects my brain. And I literally just realized I didn't do it today. So that's cool. It has been one of those days where it's just been go, go, go. And not because I had to do anything. I just woke up fucking motivated. And I don't know about you, but tapping into my sacral, I respond. So when I have been given like a nudge to do something, I'm going to do it. And what I mean by my sacral, I'm talking human design. Again, this is just an example of living by your design, is like following those nudges, following your intuition. So I've been doing a ton of shit today, and actually I'm going to talk about it a little bit more later in the bulk of the episode. But yeah, that is what I'm grateful for, is my morning meditation. Especially, I really love adding crystals to it. I really like to habit stack. So I lay on my acupressure mat. So I guess I'm going to throw in being grateful for that as well, my acupressure mat while meditating. And I have noticed just the importance of stress relief, especially for me, I've been in fight or flight for so many years of my life that focusing on stress management is extremely important to me. And that is something I have been doing. So I love the acupressure mat. Of course, like I would love to go see an acupuncturist, but I just haven't. And that's partially because I just haven't tried to. I'm sure I could. I don't know if I could get insurance like to cover it or anything, but that's okay. And I just love it. I love the acupressure mat. I got it as a gift from Kyle. It blows my mind. It is so good. It helps my brain. So doing that while meditating plus crystals, it is just a perfect start to the day. So 10 out of 10 recommend. Yes, even on the weekends. I'm honestly probably going to do it after this episode because I just realized, I was like, how have I not meditated today? That's crazy. So yeah, I'm going to go do that. I love it. And it has really, especially during the work week, it has helped me start my day on such a good note. So I know I talked about this, I think last week actually, where I can be someone where I really like to meditate. So I can meditate quite a while. And I don't know about you, but I tend to be someone where it's like, oh, if I can't do it the whole time or the whole thing, then I'm just not going to. And that is such a silly mindset to have. It is better to do 5 minutes of meditation, then no meditation, right? So do whatever you can. I'm going to preach it to the rooftops. I'm obsessed. I love it. So, yeah, that is what I am grateful for. Also, kind of what I'm loving, but a different thing that I'm loving. And this is a show that Kyle and I have been watching in the evenings. We usually watch like 1 or 2 episodes of a show around dinner time. And we watch Alone a lot. I love the show Alone. That's not the thing I was going to say today, but if you do not know the show Alone, I love it. I just love like watching people in nature. It's fun. I feel like I learn stuff that may sound a little silly, but I do genuinely feel like it's educational. And so, yeah, but a show I'm loving that I watched years ago. And I was like, you know what, Kyle, let's like switch it up. Let's watch something different, more like sitcom-y. And so we are watching Blue Bloods, which is basically this family in New York where all of them are either cops or lawyers. Most of them are cops or like a detective for the NYPD. And it's basically just like this very tight knit Irish Catholic family. And it's just fun because I'm like, oh, I know all these Catholic things that they do in the show. And Tom Selleck's amazing, Donnie Wahlberg, Bridget Moynihan, like a lot of amazing actors and actresses. And it's just fun. It's kind of family friendly, like as family friendly as a cop show can be. But I just really like it. I like the vibe because like I told you guys the other week, like I do like true crime. I like that stuff. I like mystery. But at the same time, I need it presented in a certain way where it doesn't lower my vibration. And I've noticed that obviously it's just like a cop show, but I love it. It's great. It's been fun. Kyle's been enjoying it. And so, yeah, that is what I'm currently loving. So this week, we are going to talk all about an embodiment practice that I've been doing. And I didn't even realize it really was an embodiment practice until I was sitting and thinking about it. And it was actually one of the reasons why I've been go, 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 go all day today. And that is, are you creating an environment that is going to serve your future self? I know I talk on here all the time about creating your future self. And if you want to manifest the life of your dreams, you need to step into that role before you actually have achieved it. You need to embody it. And yes, of course, there are things we can physically do, but I think our environment is incredibly important as well. And so that's what I've been focusing on lately. So last week I talked about it's hot as hell in Arizona right now. Literally, I think we're going on like 18, 19 days of it hitting 110 or more in a row. And so last week it was extremely hot, or last weekend it was extremely hot. And so Sunday, I just kind of like today, I just woke up motivated to get some shit done. And like, I don't know about you, but when I get motivated, I'm like, I need to just ride this wave. Like, I am not always motivated. And I know motivation, discipline, okay, we don't always need motivation to get shit done, but especially when I am, I'm going to make the most of it. And so last week, Kyle and I, we like deep cleaned and really not only cleaned but decluttered 2 rooms, the master bedroom, and then basically our like spare room. We have 2 spare rooms. One of the spare rooms where we just like would put everything. If we got a new thing and it didn't really have a spot, kind of like a junk drawer, except a whole fucking room. Basically, it was storage. And there's a bed in there. And so we're like, you can't really use this room with the state of the room that it is in. So we decided to go through both our master and that room and like get rid of tons of shit, you know, deep clean it, do some things to help keep the heat out. And it was great. So then we changed the spare room into more of like an adventure slash guest room slash workout room. So we have workout equipment in there. We have all of our like adventure equipment like camping, paddleboarding, skiing, snowboarding in there. We have like books. It's still kind of a cluster, but it's like not a cluster in the sense of it's organized. There's a ton of different shit in there, but it's organized and it doesn't look messy and it's usable. And I don't know, I just felt so good after. Of course, cleaning, spending a whole day cleaning, dropping shit off at Goodwill, that's not very fun, right? That doesn't feel that fun, that great. But the end result felt incredible. And that is important. Thinking about what the end result is going to be and how you feel after is important. And I actually heard that recently. I know I've known this. I know I've heard Catherine say this before. Catherine Zankina, I'm obsessed with her. She's like my manifestation teacher. Also, MBA is opening up soon, apparently. The program I did this past year, I fucking love MBA, Manifestation Babe Academy. It's opening up. If you have the funds and if it's something you're interested in, I highly recommend it. It changed my life. And she's offering a discount this year because she's like on sabbatical. So there's not going to be live trainings like there was for my round. Now, I don't know how much that matters because honestly, she has like years and years of live calls. Like all the calls that I was on, they're all in the program. You can go access them, and tons of questions have been asked. And honestly, sometimes I still go back and listen to old recordings because I just learned so much. Like I learned so much. So, I mean, I think of course I'm happy that I did it when she was like doing live question and answer sessions. But if you want to save a little money and you want to do the program still, I really think the key part of that program is getting an accountability group. I recommend it. And you can find accountability groups like once you join. Okay. But anywho, I love the program. It's amazing. And something she said on a call was, okay, is it aligned? Like taking aligned action is really big in manifestation, and taking aligned and inspired. Taking inspired action is incredibly important when it comes to manifesting the life that you want, right? Typically, that's going to mean you're following a good path, you're following your intuition if you're like inspired, especially if that inspiration stays, not just like fleeting. If you're really inspired to do something, usually it's a good idea to go and do it and act upon it. And that is one of the key components of manifestation, is taking inspired action. And, one thing, so I forget the question that was asked, but essentially what she was saying is, okay, well, maybe the action isn't something you really want to do, but how will it feel after you have completed it? Will you like the result of the action that you have taken? So, for example, this is like an example that's been coming up in my life more. I think I talked about it last week a little bit, but I am not someone that loves cleaning. Okay. I like living in a clean house, an organized house, but I don't actually like cleaning. Okay. Not my thing. I know some people love it. It's like a relaxer. I'm not that person. I'm not. But I have been getting inspired to clean more, which I find funny because we did just have a new moon in Cancer, and that is one of the themes, is like abundance of security and like nourishment in your home. So I thought it was funny that the day before the new moon in Cancer, I like got this super motivation to like deep clean the house last weekend. But that's besides the point. Besides the point. But anywho, how will you feel after you take the action? Maybe you don't want to take the action. Maybe the action scares you. Maybe you want to build a business, but you're scared to put yourself out there, or you're scared to market, you're scared to advertise. I mean, I would say I'm guilty of that. I love doing this podcast, and real talk, I should probably advertise it more. I probably should. And so that's actually something I've been pushing myself to do is, okay, Erika. So one thing I've done is I am getting more active again on TikTok. I used to be relatively active on TikTok, and then I created a new account. It's Empowered with Erika. So come find me. I love it. I'm having fun doing videos, but it's kind of scary, and it's scary to put yourself out there. And, there's times where I'm just really not fucking motivated to go and make a TikTok, or go and make the graphics needed to advertise for the podcast, or go and deep clean a part of the house. I'm not always inspired to do that, but I feel great when the action has been taken and I like the result and I'm enjoying the result. Okay. So that's kind of what I want to talk about today a little bit, is this concept of, are you taking aligned and inspired action to create the dreams and the realities that you want to come into fruition? Are you helping your manifestations become reality by taking that inspired action? That's something to think about. And also, maybe what you want, I don't think that we should have the mindset of, especially in the manifestation world, things aren't necessarily going to fall in your lap. You still have to put in the work. You still have to put in the effort, right? Now, of course, I do think that the universe provides, okay? So random shit can totally happen, but I don't think that manifestation, and nothing that I have learned from the many manifestation teachings I have like studied, it does not just fucking happen. You have to align yourself with where you want to go. So that can be taking inspired action. That can be embodying the person that you want to become. You know, a key part of it is embodying the reality that you want. So this may sound kind of silly, but something Kyle and I have been doing, we were really thinking about, what do we want our future to look like? What do we want our future house to look like? Our future family, blah, blah, blah. What do we want this all to look like? Okay, how can we make that happen? And how can we start acting like that right fucking now? And that was one reason we deep cleaned and organized the house last weekend. And then, to be honest, that's what I've been doing all day. Is I went through my office, I cleaned a bit, but then I went through some stuff in my office closet. So my office closet was kind of like my junk closet, and not everything in there is junk, right? Like that's what closets are made for, storage. But I've moved a lot. I've talked about that recently. And every time I moved, I would get rid of stuff. But also there was just piles of things that would go from place to place to place to place, right? And that was kind of what ended up in the closet. Like in that closet is a ton of stuff I've had for years that I was like, why do I have all this? Also, just a lot of random boxes. I'm someone that keeps boxes for things, and I realized I don't need this box. Some boxes I kept, but like overall, I recycled so many boxes and just so many things. And it's not that the closet is now empty, but the closet is now organized and everything that's in there has a purpose. And I think that's important because the version of Erika that I am becoming, the dream reality that I have that I want to make come to fruition, that's the type of person she is. That's the type of house she lives in, an organized house. And I really do believe that the more clutter you have, it is not going to help your life. I think that the more cluttered your mind is, or the more cluttered your environment is, the more cluttered your mind can be. And so when you create the space, and I do want to say, I'm not necessarily someone that thinks you need to be on the minimalism trend and that you need to have no things. Like, I actually have seen some TikToks recently of people going against the like all white, no color, all beige trends that have taken over, like neutrals, everything. I like color. I like having items. You know, I like having books. I like art on the wall. I like different colors and textures. You know, I think it's nice to add color to your life. And I think it does increase your vibration. I really do think. I think that some neutrals can be great, but you know what I mean? I like to switch it up. I like to have color. But what is the version of you that you are trying to embody and that you are trying to become? Think about that. What is the reality that you want to create? And for Kyle and I, we were like, we want to be in a home that is organized, that is clean, that things have purpose, where we're not necessarily hanging on to extra shit just to have extra shit around. And that can be hard. It can be hard to let go of like material items, even if they're kind of useless and they're not serving a purpose. And don't get me wrong, though, I don't think everything needs to serve a purpose. I think it's good to have sentimental items around. But the amount of just honestly junk that I threw away that I was like, why do I have this? Like, I opened up this little drawer and it was so many pencils and pens that were like old that I moved from place to place to place. I'm like, if I need more pens, I'll just go buy more fucking pens. There's no way these still even work. Why do I have them? Why do I have like 7 highlighters? When the fuck do I need a highlighter? I don't. I kept like 3 or 4 that are still good and in working condition, and I got rid of the rest. And I think that it is such an important embodiment practice to create the space and in the environment that is going to help you thrive, that is going to put you in a good vibration. And I don't know what universal law this is. I'm going to assume this is something along the lines of the law of vibration, right? Because when you step into a higher frequency and a higher vibration, your reality will like raise up and match to it. Okay, like attracts like, or whatever the case may be. Actually, I don't think that's true, but you know what I mean. When you get into a good vibration, you are more likely to attract other things of that vibration. And so I really think an amazing embodiment practice is look around your home, your office, the places you spend time. I know it may sound so silly, but something I've been doing, and it's funny because Kyle could not give a fuck about this, but like I am making the bed every morning. I'm making the bed every morning. It takes me 5 minutes, and when I walk into the room, it just feels better. Does it actually matter? Because we're just going to go back in there and fall asleep and mess up the bed again every single night. I don't know, but I do think it makes the room feel better and it helps it feel more organized. Or we're trying to like vacuum more because of the dogs, like all these things. Like, and I'm not saying, oh, we never cleaned, oh, we're lazy. Like, no, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying. But we just like hadn't been very intentional about it. We would just do it when we're like, oh shit, this needs to get done. And so I really believe that when you create an environment around you, it helps you to step into that version of yourself that you want to be, and it helps you to embody that new reality. Okay. And I think this can also go to like clothes and hair and makeup, right? If you want to become this new version of yourself, you have to do the things that that future version of you would do. So the future version of Erika would have a tidy office. The future version of Erika would have a wardrobe of clothes that she feels comfortable and confident in. She'd have some casual clothes, she'd have some dressy clothes. She would show up every single day feeling her best. And even if maybe she didn't actually feel her best that day, maybe I didn't wake up in the best mood or whatever the case may be, maybe I didn't sleep well, maybe something happened, maybe I'm a little grumpy, I can still put on clothes that will make me feel better in my body. And I'm not saying it needs to be super fancy. I mean, one of my favorite outfits right now, especially in the summer, are linen pants and just like a tank top with a little bit of makeup on and earrings. And it's so simple, but I'm like, I work from home. I don't need a fucking fashion show, but it does make me feel better about myself and I feel more confident. So, what are the things that you can do to embody the new version of you, the highest version of yourself, the new reality that you are looking to create? What is something that you can implement? I would really start with your space. Is your space in alignment with the version of yourself that you want to be? And if it is, great. That's awesome. That's awesome. But even all this organizing and cleaning has inspired us to, oh, maybe we want to get a new piece of furniture here or there, or paint this wall or redo this. Like, it's inspiring us to just step into this new reality. And it's not even necessarily like that you need to get rid of everything, but even just reorganizing and a little bit of decluttering can help. Like, so a great example, maybe not a great example, but an example of this was, we have this cubicle thing by our entryway. I really want to replace it with an entryway table. And I am going to, but I don't want to get rid of the cubicle thing because we use it for storage until we have a new table to replace it. But on that cubicle was this like vase I got from maybe Home Goods or TJ Maxx, a place like that. I don't remember. It's been years. I got this vase that was kind of like farmhouse style and it had my initial on it. And you know what? 23-year-old Erika really liked it. 29-year-old Erika is like, this is kind of fucking stupid. And I'm not trying to like judge anyone, right? But I was like, this is not my style anymore. My style has elevated. My taste is like getting better. And you know what? This is not fitting the vibe of what I want this specific room to be and to look like. And it may sound silly, but I'm not an interior decorator. I don't know any of that shit. I just do what I like and what makes me happy, right? And I do think that's kind of important. Your house doesn't necessarily need to look like it's in a fucking magazine, but do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Does it make you happy? Like fuck what everyone else thinks doesn't make you happy. I think what is the most important. So as you evolve your surroundings, as you evolve your mind, you are going to evolve your life. So, how can you continue to embody this better, I don't want to say better, but this highest version of you? How can you do that? Maybe take some time this week to either maybe like clean out your closet, get rid of things that don't bring you joy. I mean, I know that's very Marie Kondo of us. Does it spark joy? But genuinely, is this something that increases your vibration, that makes you happy, that makes you confident, that makes you the version of yourself that you want to be. And if it's not, fucking donate it or throw it away or sell it, whatever the case may be. Because at this point in time, we only have time for creating, back up. Because at this point, if your goal is to embody this new version of yourself, to create this new reality for yourself, you need to look at what are the steps that I can take in my everyday life to make that happen. What are the steps that I can take? Because I think it is really, really important to be intentional with creating the life that you desire. It's really, really important. Really important. So, as you evolve your space, you are going to evolve your life. And it may sound corny, it may sound silly, but genuinely, if you can create a space for yourself where you feel the most comfortable, most confident, most vibrant, you are going to increase your vibration and thus become more of an energetic match for the reality that you desire. So that's my manifestation tip for this week. I think it's helped me a lot. I can already feel the energy shift and it makes me really happy. I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving looking around my clean office. I like how I felt. And this is to go back to the beginning. No, I don't necessarily enjoy cleaning. I am not someone that has ever enjoyed cleaning, but I enjoyed the result. And it wasn't that bad. So, like, suck it the fuck up, right? We don't always enjoy the things we need to do to get us where we want to be. Like this podcast, I love recording this podcast, but it is work, right? But I know that it is part of my process. Or I don't necessarily always love making TikToks, but I know it is important for me to market myself, to put myself out there, and to share my message. If that's something that I want, if that's part of the reality that I want, then I need to do the thing. Or an even smaller example, my nails. I did my nails last night. I've been doing my own nails. That's just because honestly, it's fun. And I never really loved how nail techs would do it, except for one tech I went to at Lifetime. But this is like a tedious process. To get nails that I like has been a tedious process, a lot of trial and error. And maybe the process itself hasn't been the most fun, but I'm loving the results. Like I'm looking at my nails right now and I love them. And I'm happy that I took the time last night to do them. So think about what it is that you can do this week to help yourself embody the version that you want to be, to create the environment. How can you evolve your environment to match the reality that you desire? Take some steps to do that this week. Let me know what you do. I want to hear from you guys. Like a big part of this, in my opinion, is the community. And I love hearing your guys' feedback on the episodes. It really does mean a lot to me. So I just want to know, what are you doing to embody the reality that you desire? Please let me know. Please share it. Share it with me. And like, if you think that this can help someone, share this episode with them. Share this episode with them. That is how we're going to grow. That's how we're going to continue to make this community more impactful. And so now let us do a chakra card. Let's see what the universe has in store for us today. I haven't shuffled them yet. I haven't even looked at them yet. I haven't done anything yet. So let's see. What is the universe wanting us to know today? I'm going to ask the universe that either a card falls out. Oh, look at that. We did just have a card fall out. Okay, so this is the abundance card. This is associated to your base chakra, which is going to be a red garnet crystal. If you have one, I do have one, but it's away right now, so I'm not going to pull it out. But if you have a red garnet crystal, I highly recommend that you use it to manifest with it. I really like meditating and maybe pulling up a frequency associated to the chakra. I will say, guys, YouTube is an amazing resource. I'm loving YouTube. I'm loving posting on YouTube, but there are so many resources on YouTube. So this card, in my mind, is a reminder that the universe has your back and abundance is available to you no matter what your circumstance. Okay. I just need to say this. I just am so sick of this victim mentality that abundance is only for some people. No, 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 no. And abundance can mean so many different things. This can be an abundance of health, an abundance of finances, an abundance of love, an abundance of community. So whatever you are looking for abundance in, just know that the universe will provide it. The universe can and will provide it. But you, like I said, this whole episode, you need to make yourself an energetic match for the abundance that you desire. But know that the universe has your back in this. If you desire it, you can make it a reality. You can. And I am a firm believer that if something is on your heart, it is what you are meant to do and what you are meant for. If a dream is placed on your heart, I do not think that it would be there if it wasn't in either an alternate timeline, because I'm someone that believes that there's multiple timelines going on at once. Either it's happening in a timeline and you can make it happen in this timeline, or it is coming. And that dream is put on your heart to help you take inspired action. That's just my personal opinion, but I would kind of die on that hill, I'm going to be honest. So this is your reminder that abundance is here. Now look, where are you maybe having some energetic blocks to abundance? Think about, am I having a scarcity mindset when it comes to, like, let's just say finances? Am I having a scarcity mindset with finances? Why is that? Look at the things that you're telling yourself. Look at how you speak to yourself. So, for example, this may be silly, but let's use the example of abundance of health, because that's something I'm kind of working through right now. I will do a whole episode about it probably here soon, but I just kind of want to wait for some results from my doctor. So I guess maybe not like another month. But anywho, if I'm looking for an abundance of health in my life, an abundance of vitality in my life, I need to make sure that I'm speaking that into existence. So if I'm speaking, oh, I'm so this, or I'm so that, or I'm unhealthy, or I'm fat, or whatever, I have low energy, I'm sleeping like shit, that is not going to make me an energetic match for my desired reality. So I guess I'm calling myself out here right now, because I've been very in my head about my health. It's been really something on my mind lately. It's frustrating. It is what it is. We'll get into it on another episode. But if I'm looking for an abundance, okay, Erika, I do have a block in this area. If I'm looking for abundance of that, I am having a block because I still have a limited mindset in that area of I can only achieve so much. And that's probably why I feel stuck, because that's my biggest thing right now. I just feel very stuck in my journey, right? And so when you feel stuck in something, health, wealth, relationships, whatever, look at where is there a block? What are you telling yourself? Can we do affirmations to help you create a new reality? How can you embody the version of yourself that has the abundance in the area of life that you want? Now, no, call on your ancestors, ask your guides, ask the universe, ask for signs. If you ask for a specific sign, every single time I've asked for a sign, the universe has delivered every single time. Okay. I've been seeing angel numbers up the wazoo. So actually, this was something that was fun. It kind of ties into the episode today. So when Kyle and I were deep cleaning, one thing in his family is the sign of dimes. Like dimes is a sign from a deceased family member of theirs. They love it. It's like, to them, it's a kind of a wink and a nod from one of their deceased family members, and it's very important to them. And it's been kind of cool because I've been finding them too, and I'm like, oh, is he saying I'm part of the family? That's kind of fun. Anywho, when we were deep cleaning, I found a dime in a random bag that there should not have been one in there. Like really randomly when we were deep cleaning. And then when we dropped off a ton of stuff at Goodwill, you know how they bring you out a big bin? There was a dime at the bottom of the bin. And I was like, okay, I guess obviously he's telling us that we needed to do this today and that it is going to help improve our life, right? And then when I went to the gym later that day, I always try to get a locker with angel numbers, partially just because I'm going to remember which locker is mine, but also because I'm that person. I love that shit. I love angel numbers. I love them. I see them constantly, and I like that because I've been seeing them more lately, and I believe that's a sign from the universe that I'm on the right path, okay? And each angel number can mean something different. That's a whole nother episode. But I went to 111. Every time I go to that locker, 111, it is always full. Always. It's never open. It was open that day. And then guess what? Like it was one of those lockers where you can make your own combination and then lock it. And then like each person can make their own new combination. And it was set at 1111. And I was like, I love this. Thank you. Thank you, universe. I needed that sign. So maybe ask the universe for signs. Say, like, if I need to do this, show me this. One thing I used to do when I was like very Catholic and praying, I was like, make your will my will. If this happens, I will know that it is your will. You can kind of do that. If you're more of a prayer person, be like, God, make my will your will. Make my will your will. Show me a sign. For example, the second summer that I worked at Bay Cliff Health Camp, which changed my life, by the way, I loved working there. The second summer, I wasn't meant to go. I was meant to go to India on this big honor college project. And for whatever reason, a couple months before, I just was not feeling it, right? I was not feeling it at all. And I just knew that I was not meant to go, but I didn't really have a reason not to go. And then I saw that this camp I worked at for children with disabilities was looking for counselors again, and I didn't go the previous summer, but I went 2 summers ago. I basically took a summer off in between. And so it was really late into the year. I should have applied a long time before if I was wanting to go, right, and work at that camp. And so, I saw that they were looking and I was like, you know what? God, universe, whatever, if I'm meant to work there, then let me be accepted. Have my application be accepted. So I applied and I found out within 2-3 days or something like that. I don't remember. It was a while ago now, so I don't really remember how long it was, but very quickly I got a response and they're like, yes, please come back. Okay, we'll take you. And then they were like, do you have a unit preference? Because there were 5 or 6 different units. There were 6 different units, I believe. Yep, 6 different units that the kids could be in. And it was based on age and gender and all that stuff. And so I was like, you know what? Wherever you need me, put me. Give me a challenging case. Wherever you need me, put me. And then I ended up I was a co-counselor with someone, which was very rare. They didn't do that often, where they put 2 counselors in one cabin. But the reason they did that was because I was a camp counselor for the teenage girls that were not mature enough to be in the teen program. So it was considered a challenging cabin. And then I specifically was assigned to a wonderful young lady, and she's a woman now. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm so blessed to still be friends with her family on Facebook and stuff and see her age. It's so fun. See her grow up. I love it. I'm getting a little emotional. She changed my life. But anywho, I was assigned to a girl who was wheelchair bound and basically needed one counselor for herself. And we did have a whole unit for that, but I guess that year that unit only had 2 girls and they didn't want them to be alone there and be too isolated, so they put them in the other girls unit that didn't have as high of needs. And so that's why I was placed in that co-cabin. Was okay, she was going to stay in that cabin, but Erika, you are her counselor, but also you do help these other girls too. And so it was one of the most challenging summers of my life in a way, but it was also one of the most beautiful. I totally went on a random tangent, so I apologize. But that is just telling you that the universe will provide. If you ask, the universe provides. I'm getting really emotional right now. I really am. But the universe provides when you ask for signs, when you ask for direction. So if abundance is something you are searching for, whether again, health, finances, whatever the case may be, look at where you're maybe blocking yourself and then ask the universe for direction. The universe will help you. They will guide you. I totally believe that. So if you're open to it, I will say you have to be open. Don't ask for guidance if you don't fucking want to hear it. Just don't. The universe needs you to open the door for her, it, whatever, to walk through and to help you out. So that is this week's chakra reading. Sorry, I went on a bit of a tangent this week, but it's been a game changer for me. I'm really going to be honest with you guys. This whole embodiment practice has been changing my life. I've already felt an amazing difference. And just doing the little things to help you get where you want to be. I know I've been talking about that a lot lately, like manifestation tips and things you can do. But I've really noticed that, honestly, maybe it's just my own internal things, but I can have a lot of resistance to just do the thing that I know will get me where I need to go and that I know will help me. And so this is my challenge to you this week, to do something that maybe you don't necessarily want to do, but you know is going to help you to be an energetic match or raise your vibration to create the life that you desire. So whether that's reorganizing, maybe that's putting yourself out there on social media, maybe that's going on a date, maybe that's taking a hard look at your financial situation and seeing, do I need to tweak it here or there? Maybe it's applying for a new job. I don't know. Whatever it is, do the thing. And you know, as I'm speaking, you know exactly what it is that you need to do. I'm confident there's going to be people out there that I'm like, oh, fuck, Erika, really? Why? I don't want to. Trust me. I say that to myself all the time. But you know what? It's worth it. It's paying off. I am loving it. And I do think it raises the vibration and it raises the frequency, which is a beautiful thing. So, with that, I am so thankful for each and every one of you. I say that every week and I mean it every week. I love hearing your guys' feedback. Please, please share the show. It really is how we're going to grow. It's how we're going to grow this community. It's how we're going to get this message out. If this message resonated with you, it probably will resonate with someone else. So I highly recommend sharing the show. I would so appreciate it. And maybe find me on TikTok, find me on YouTube. I'm posting more on both. I'm posting some shorts on YouTube. I'm going to be adding other longer videos that are not just podcasts, but the podcast is there as well if you want to watch instead of listen, or watch and listen. Maybe it's an easier way to share the episode with someone via YouTube. And yeah, find me on all the things, Instagram, TikTok, whatever the case may be. I'm so grateful for you. I love you all, and I will see you guys next week. So do not forget to stay empowered. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you for taking the time to be a part of our Get Empowered community. Don't forget to check the show notes for the resources I shared in today's episode, and of course, to connect with me on social. You can find all of our offers and community links at empoweredwitherika.com. I always love hearing from you, so don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe, and tag me with your biggest takeaways from today's episode. Let me know what you loved and what you want to hear more about, and share it with someone who you think would love it too. I cannot wait to share more with you. I'll see you next week, and don't forget to stay empowered.